Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Lucian. I know, we just did this yesterday, right? Like I'm on something. Y'all don't even know. So this is the other game that I was telling you guys about yesterday. This is all about the team, okay? This is one of those games where you just get the team that does the right things. And I get into chat right off the bat, and I was actually critical of my team because watch what happens. Something happens that I always say is a bad thing. Can you guess it before I call it out? Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please punch that like button, punch that subscribe button if you enjoy what I'm doing. Half of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Feels bad, man. So, join the Spartan Navy. Be a part of something great, all right? Plus, we play a lot of other stuff, too. It's not just World of Warships here, but we do play a lot of World of Warships every day, actually. So, we are going to push up. We've got the Lucian, and again, you guys know what I've said about this thing. I don't think it's completely busted because it's very, very big and slow turning and stuff, so it can be easily taken out, is what I'm saying. However, I also have a different style of destroyer gameplay that I think a lot of people just don't play, and that is double concealment. I get a lot of flack for this, believe it or not. A lot of people say that this is the wrong way to play a destroyer, or that it takes absolutely no skill to play a destroyer this way. To that, I say, you've probably been one of the people that I've pulled up on and not been spotted, and you guys just sit there and go, why is everybody shooting me? I don't understand. It's because I'm sitting there spotting you, because you don't have concealment. Concealment, very important, especially for destroyers. But we're in a 4-on-4 destroyer game, plus everybody else is around, right? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be extremely aggressive. I'm going to go forward and spot for my team. I know, crazy concept. Notice that the guys on my team, we have 3 out of the 4 destroyers in the same spot, right? Not a good idea. Most of the time, this will end in sadness. Most of the time. However, if one of us is capable of, I don't know, being extremely sneaky, getting out here and spotting people, there's a good chance that I can do really good things for my team. Now, this Ohio has screwed himself. Whether he knows it or not, he has screwed himself. By going in front of that island, he has completely taken away any avenues of escape. So, look at the Kaba. Kaba is terrifying, right? Right, guys? Kaba's terrifying, except he can't see me. And it's at this point he's got to realize that he's in trouble. Because my teammates are going to smoke up behind me, I'm going to keep him lit up, and they get to farm him. And there's nothing he can do about it. Unfortunately, as he gets a little bit closer, I don't have a choice. It's time to use our sonar, but look at me using AP here. Why am I using AP? Because the Kaba has a lot of armor. He will shatter my HE, so I switched to AP, and I'm actually getting full pins and murdering the Kaba. But Kaba gets away for now, so we go ahead and start shooting at the Z-44 as we land torpedo hits on the Ohio. This is what we're talking about, folks. This is what concealment destroyers can do. It is disgusting. You combine the fact that this thing is able to just get up into position like this. We can drop torps on the Ohio, spot and help get rid of destroyers early. Now, both of the destroyers do get away for now, and I'm actually going to make some mistakes here, some big mistakes in a little bit, which is going to cost me later on. But I'm going to try to put myself in a position where I can counter these destroyers. Now, I did not realize that the enemy Z that was out here doubled back already. He went straight back towards the Kaba. So those two are kind of directly to my right. And I wasn't paying attention to the twist and track. You guys know I run perceptive. You can see the little thing up here. I'm going to blame it on the map. That little marker does not stand out very well from the freaking clouds right now. And so that's my excuse. It has nothing to do with I just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, you can see the Ohio's right here. I'm waiting. I'm about to get my torpedoes back, so I'm trying to size him up. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do. It looks like he might turn away, so we're going to launch as if he's turning away. I'm not sure exactly what he's going to do, so again, kind of hesitant on my torps. You can see both the other destroyers are spotted right now. And I'm going to try to go ahead and turn inside, but I'm actually going to screw myself because this guy does not stop or does not turn out. He actually turns towards me. And that is no bueno because that means I am going to be spotted by this Ohio in very close proximity. This is not ideal. My torpedoes are on the way, so I probably shouldn't fire my guns here, but at this point I needed to try to kill this man as quickly as possible because I'm about to get clapped. And sure enough, he fires his guns. Fortunately, he misses, and his secondaries are ripping us apart, as you'd expect with such a big, bulky destroyer. But as we turn away from him, we do finish him off with the torpedo. Not surprising. The Kaba and the Z are over here, so we're going to try to re-engage with them. We've got Kaba spotted. I should be dropping spot, and again, I don't want to necessarily... Ouch! You turd waffle! I forgot about that. That guy that's sitting back there, I think it's a Ray Publique. Forget. But he's a problem. But Kaba goes down pretty quickly. Again, we're just trying to spot, right? We don't have to necessarily engage these guys, and it is a Ray Publique. But we don't have to necessarily engage. We've got teammates that are obviously willing to shoot. So as long as we keep these guys spotted, we're doing our part. We don't always have to go guns hot, which is something a lot of people just don't understand about destroyers. You get to dictate your engagements 99% of the time. And then the gearing comes over, so we actually had 3 out of the 4 enemy destroyers over here as well, which is hilarious because that gearing is about to get clapped by that Duncan. That Duncan just hit him for all his hit points, and hopefully we'll be able to finish him off really quickly. Teammates just coming in clutch everywhere. Just all of them. Everybody coming in clutch. Look at the amount of shots coming in on these destroyers. Nobody even cares that the Ray Publique exists. I'm just over here sailing into the cap because I wanted to try to help my teammates. But at this point, that guy's going to go down. We've got this guy. We're about to get our torpedoes back here. So we're just trying to figure out what this guy's likely to do. We put one set ahead of him, and then we're going to kind of sit here. We do have a smoke ready to go. So we might be able to take a shot here at smoking up and shooting this Ray Publique. But I do want to kind of give myself a chance. See what he's going to do. He starts to move forward, so we're going to go ahead and go launch him on the white line. And then we're going to smoke up. We do get spotted momentarily, and we immediately get a fire on him as the torpedoes are coming in. And he's actually going to do the right thing. He's going to go past that first set of torps and then turn in. He is going to take one torpedo on the belt. That triggers a permaflood, as well as the fire that we already have on this man. So we are just stripping this man of all of his hit points right now. And again, this is kind of what you can expect. Now, I'm trying not to stay in one position because I can see this guy's looking at the smoke. He wants to shoot into the smoke at me. So I'm just trying to like mix up what I'm doing to try to keep him off balance. He does take a shot, but he is far too short on that shot. But Ray Publique goes down to the Colombo secondaries. We managed to help get the cap here, and now there are just 3 ships left. One of them is a Mino. Now, we know the Mino's last position was at Alpha. We know that there's a Conqueror all the way out in the left corner, and we know that there's a Yama right there behind where the Mino was. And as you can see, we're all talking, and it's about this point here that I make a huge, huge misplay. And that is, I decide to go inside. And just about the time that we decide to go inside, the Mino gets spotted. Now, I make a huge misplay here, not because I decide to go after the Mino, because that's suicide for pretty much any destroyer that ever lived. If you decide to kill or to try to kill a Mino, you better be sure that you're going to get it in the first like couple of seconds. Now you can see I'm thinking about it. I got AP thinking like I'm like, okay, if I can get a good shot at this guy, if he stays spotted, there's a chance that I could potentially do some damage to this Mino and have a little bit of a meme. But unfortunately, he smokes up. And that makes me a little bit more comfortable than I should be. I did not realize that the Mino had 4.9 kilometer sonar detectability. He takes a torpedo here, and my partner over here on the other side is telling me that he's detected by the sonar. And I still went in like an absolute dum-dum, thinking I could slip past and be in a favorable position to help my teammates out. And unfortunately, I get a little too close, and the Mino gets within 4.8 kilometers and has me spotted on his sonar. And this is death. You cannot survive this unless you get immediately squarely. As you can see, the first shot just absolutely wrecks us. We're trying to turn away, and then the Yama hits us, and it's a bad situation, folks. You can see I'm trying to get squirrely. I'm trying to get out of here. I don't want to get spotted. We're outside of being detected finally, and we've managed to just barely get away. As we get the torpedoes out there to force that guy to turn and hope that our battleships can finish him off. And surely the Duncan does. Now, we know that, again, that situation was scary, and I probably should have died there, let's be honest. That was just a misplay by me all the way. But our team, once again, showing up in the clutch, doing everything they can to help each other out. We're going to push back towards the Yama, And we should be able to spot the Conqueror as well while we do it. We do have our sonar available so that we could potentially get close enough to the Yama that we could sonar him. Because the Conqueror is really not a threat to me. With all these battleships, they should be able to easily counter the Conqueror. The Yama is the one that overmatches everybody, and he's full health, so he is the biggest threat. He is the one that I am going after, right? We have the points lead. We don't need to do anything crazy here. So instead of going full ham and just trying to remove the Yama, I'm just going to play smart, right? We've fumbled a couple of times during this match, making stupid mistakes, and yet we are still alive because Destroyer. And so we are going to take advantage of that. Now, Yama immediately throws his ship in reverse. He has nothing better he can do with this situation. He's got 3 destroyers against him. He's got a whole host of battleships against him. This is a bad situation, right? Everybody knows it. Now, as I get close here, you can see I'm trying to stay close enough that I can potentially sonar this guy and be able to smoke up and do what I got to do. Now, as we go in, we've got AP loaded initially, and honestly, the AP is pretty nasty on this thing as well. But we want that damage over time because we have torpedoes that are going to be able to go after him eventually. So we're just trying to get permafires. Now, as he reverses, I go ahead and I come forward. I'm going to go ahead and keep shooting my guns and then get ready to torp that direction as well. We get the permafire, and then we set the torps out just to make sure that we can get a chance to potentially do something with him. He does try to dodge some more torpedoes, but it looks like he takes another one. And we're just going to hammer this man's superstructure for everything we've got, right? There's no more torps left in this ship. We're just sitting here waiting for them to reload, so there is nothing better for us to do at this point other than try to just sit here and hammer his superstructure over and over and over again. And that's exactly what we do. We've got the fires burning. We've got the primaries just dinking him for 200 damage every time they hit, which is about 200 damage times 4 every like second. It's absurd. But we get the torpedo hit to kill him, and that just leaves the little Conqueror out here in the left corner. And we do have this, I believe it's Columbo right here next to us. It's the Columbo with the fancy skin. Which is the best way if you want to do it. Like, if you guys want my advice, if you can get that skin on the Columbo, do that. Don't worry about getting the actual ship, the Centurion, because it's just a Marco Polo, and it's not particularly useful. But Columbo reaches out, slaps the Conqueror. We've got 3 destroyers salivating right now, just like foaming at the mouth, trying to get to this guy to finish him off. But this game's pretty much over. But I really wanted to showcase this game because it showcases how a concealment build destroyer can absolutely turn the tide of battle just because of being able to outspot everything. Those guys couldn't actually come after us. Like, they were immediately countered. We were able to spot them, and my team was able to just farm them for damage from safety. That is the difference in having somebody that's able to spot for the team. So, not the craziest game overall, but it was a fun one, and I wanted to showcase for you guys. So you guys let me know down in the comments below if you think my concealment build is worth it or not. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.